at York last time. We heard in the market, not that many left to load. That looks like Saturn going forward for the Jesse Harrington stable, and they are locked and loaded, ready to go. Richard Hoyles.
Duke of Edinburgh Stakes over 1.5 miles on the round course, and the field leave the stalls. A little awkward into stride was Bradure, whose rider had a glance behind as well, and Old Toon Loon a little bit slow into stride. Satin is one of the first to go on, in company as well with Blue Lemons as they race through the early stages. Hand of God is in a handy position, just being followed through by Mutaawid in the blue and white colours. HMS President comes next. Keen on the run downhill, Ethical Diamond in the pale colours. He was a bit free last year. He's just fighting Ryan Moore early. Old Toon Loon responded to the rider's urgings to move up with Siege of Troy on that one's outside. Then Mount Atlas, who races on the outer of War Rooms as they prepare to take the turn. Just behind those is Al Mosher, who was settled in from the wide gate with French Duke Timusius Fox. Bradure's got past a few. They include Stress Free, Max Mayhem and Flight Leader, and they're stringing out here on the descent as out in the lead Satin sets a decent gallop by a length from in second Blue Lemons as they turn and make their way back towards the bottom of Swinley. Then behind these in third place in the blue and white colours Mutaawid. In fourth is Hand of God with HMS President and Naqeeb. Ethical Diamond just worse than midfield with Old Toon Loon on the inside, and then Siege of Troy on the outer. The orange cap belongs to War Rooms. Then Al Mosher's noseband with Mount Atlas, Timusius Fox as the pace just begins to steady slightly. A couple of shuffle just back in the field there, including the red cap of French Duke, and then Flight Leader and Stress Free. So they're now on the climb up and racing inside the final five. It's Satin trying to get a breather in. Leads from Blue Lemons. Mutaawid races in third place. Fourth belongs to HMS President. Hand of God with the head slight to one side, just ahead of the black and white of Naqeeb. Ethical Diamond, Pale Jacket behind Siege of Troy as they prepare to try and manoeuvre out as they'll take the turn. Progress being made up on the outside by Al Mosher, and then Mount Atlas as they turn for home. Satin leads by half a length. Blue Lemons in second. In third and poised is Mutaawid as they hear the bell. Hand of God comes next from HMS President. Behind these, the black and white colours of Naqeeb. Siege of Troy. Ethical Diamond now tries to angle out, just hanging slightly, move towards the outside in the pale colours. HMS President comes next. Blue Lemons took over from Mutaawid. Hand of God, Siege of Troy. Ethical Diamond on the outside in the white jacket. He's making good ground up the centre. Naqeeb from Mutaawid. Ethical Diamond on the outside begins to bear down on the pair of them, and it's Ethical Diamond who moves to the lead in the Duke of Edinburgh. Out in front by just over a length and a half from Mutaawid and Naqeeb, but Ethical Diamond wins for Ryan Moore and Willie Mullins. In second Mutaawid, in third was Naqeeb. Late progress Mount Atlas just ahead of in fifth place Siege of Troy, and then behind those in sixth place was War Rooms. Ryan Moore fought Ethical Diamond down the hill, allowed him to drift back and filled the tank sufficiently to win. Sixth winner of the week for him. Willie Mullins, another handicap winner at the Royal Meeting for the HOS Syndicate. Ethical Diamond it is who came home in front. Mutaawid and Naqeeb were never far away. Fourth place is going to go to Siege of Troy ahead of Mount Atlas, Hand of God, and then the rest. So Ethical Diamond puts right the wrong from last year when was very keen from an outside gate. This time got some cover and a good ride. And very poignantly, the horse by Ortad. The horse, of course, was trained by the late Paddy Prendergast, who died this morning. So Ethical Diamond for Ryan Moore and Willie Mullins.
Yeah, well said, Richard. Very appropriate indeed. A year in the planning. This year, Meg, he delivered big time.
He did, and I think the draw made all the difference. He's managed to get a lot of cover, sat sort of halfway. Ryan was in no rush. I think it was most important to get this horse into a rhythm, but he did. And when he switched into the straight, he looked for that clean run down the outside of the field, which he got, and he's picked up really nicely.
Always amazes me, you know, you see certain horses for certain trainers and you think, oh, that one, keep going. You know, they can't lean onto their rider as much as some of Willie's do, but they keep on going, don't they? Just remarkable change of gear. Fourth last year, fourth in the county hurdle, £2 better. Have a bit of that, Willie.
He went very well fancy to the Cheltenham Festival. That's the view from Stress Free. Ryan Moore, 6 on the week. Pretty confident he's going to be champion jockey at Royal Ascot 2025 again. These lucky owners, they own Absurd as well, who must have given them so much fun in Australia, at Plumpton, at home. Well done, the Mullins. What a day for them. In the Royal Procession, Jackie presenting the Albany Trophy, and now they've gone and won the Duke of Edinburgh with this horse under Ryan Moore.
A 6th win in the race for Ryan Moore, a 91st Royal Ascot winner, which is quite extraordinary. Ryan, I missed you yesterday, so I came back today. Well done.
Thanks, Matt. He won easy. He began well, I was in a nice spot, and then they crossed over and put us in between hills. He was in a tight spot, and he just picked up the bridle a bit more than I liked, and the pace slackened. He travelled really well. When I pulled him out, he quickened up, didn't do a whole lot in front, and he won despite me nearly making a mess of it.
Obviously the horse was just a little bit higher in the handicap this year than last year, but he's been doing really well jumping. Did he feel a bit of a stronger horse over this distance on the flat? Because he weakened last year.
Last year he was drawn wide, and it's a good race. Horse at Beaton was good, and David O'Meara's horse has been running in group races. He was placed. Last year was probably a stronger race than this one.
Congratulations, well done. 91 not out.
Yeah, the race to 100. Aidan only needs 4. Ryan needs 9. And then needs one more Group 1 to hit 150.